Good morning, or depending on when you're watching this, good afternoon, good evening, or good night. My name is Ross, and as always told, out of Voice of Radio. So today, I need to show you some more lovely shiny Pokemon that are going to be coming in that new, very exciting Japanese set, Shiny Star V. This should be the last update video you get before we just show you all of the new ones, but a bunch have been revealed over the last couple of days. They're kind of cool, and I think we need to have a little bit of a chat about them. So we might as well start off with the one that we all knew was coming. It's Bunnelby. Bunnelby, of course, is a Mad Party Pokemon. Does 20 damage for each Pokemon with the Mad Party attack in your discard pile. And obviously we're going to be using Twin Energy here. This is one of your main attackers. You've got Poltegeist, but Poltegeist is a stage 1, though Poltegeist can use Triple Acceleration Energy. But then again, Poltegeist has the awesome ability which acts as a draw engine. Discard a Mad Party Pokemon from your hand, draw 2 cards. So you don't really want them getting KO'd. And if they attack, they're going to get KO'd. So Bunnelby is a very, very important Mad Party Pokemon. And we'd already seen Shiny Poltegeist. And we'd already seen Shiny Dedenne. And we'd already seen Shiny Galarian Mr. Rime. Although it still weirds me out. The name is Mr. Rime. I don't know why it's Galarian Mr. Rime in the card game. I wish I had an answer for you. I don't. So it was about time we saw Bunnelby. We knew Bunnelby was coming. It was fairly obvious that Bunnelby was going to be coming. There was no way that they were going to give us all of the Mad Party Pokemon other than Bunnelby. But at least we've got confirmation now. And if you are one of those players that wants to be a Mad Party player, this isn't going to be a cheap way to build the deck. Bearing in mind the deck is a pretty good budget deck as it goes. It's pretty cheap. But if you want to bling the deck, if you want the best version, the shiniest version, the coolest version, you probably want to go and find these shiny Pokemon. Now, there was a new Pokemon V revealed, except it wasn't really that new. It was Cramorant V, and we knew that it was going to be coming because we had seen it on a poster, but now we've had a nice clear look at Cramorant V. But here's the interesting thing. We know that there are going to be 127 secret rares. We know that because we were literally told. Now, Cramorant is number 326 out of 190. Well, if there's 190 cards in a set and 127 secret rares, that tells us that there are going to be 327 cards total. Cramorant being number 326 means that there is one more still to be revealed, and I'm kind of worried it's Cramorant V Max, although I'm worried selfishly. The reason is essentially that Cramorant V Max was only available as a 1 in 4 chance from a rather exclusive limited Japanese product. You got a pack with one of 4 V Maxes, either a reprint of Cinderace or Morpeko, or the brand new Delmise, or Cramorant. And I managed to pull a Cramorant from the one that I opened on this very channel. And if they release it as a secret rare here, it's not going to be quite as rare and sought after. Now, to be fair, it's still going to be a 1 in 127 secret rare. It's not exactly going to be running around everywhere. Still not going to be easy to get, but it will be a little bit less exclusive. Having said that, there is a single secret rare that comes numerically after Cramorant. I think it's a decent shout at this stage. Cramorant, of course, does see a lot of play, especially in welder decks, because it means you can welder 2 energy on, attach a 3rd energy, and oh look, now you get to do 160 to one of your opponent's bench Pokemon. It's used to take out Dedenne. It's played in fire decks as a counter to the Bronzong, to which you would otherwise not really have a counter. It's a very cool card that sees a bunch of play. Honestly, the best thing about Cramorant V Max is that it lets you use the attack of Cramorant for just a triple acceleration energy on the proviso that you have got a memory capsule attached to it so that you can copy the attacks of your pre-evolutions. It's pretty cool. We are also getting ourselves a Pokemon V that we did not necessarily know was coming. We are getting ourselves Falinks V. Now, I have made no secret of the fact that I love Falinks, both as a Pokemon and as a pair of cards. We'll get there in a minute. But the fact that I don't talk about Falinks very much anymore on this channel, and the fact that I've not done many profiles about Falinks lately, will probably tell you what you need to know about how good Falinks is going to end up being. Not good enough, quite frankly, which makes me genuinely sad. I love Falinks. Falinks V has the ability Iron Defense Formation, which says that all your Pokemon with Falinks in their name take 20 less damage from your opponent's attacks. Now this counts for regular Falinks and Falinks V, and if there's another type of Falinks released in the future, it will count for those as well. And it's kind of cool, and of course it stacks, so 4 of these out you take 80 less damage, which is pretty cool. And obviously you play this with the regular Falinks, which, and this is your main attacker, right? You really want your Vs just sitting on the bench, chilling, protecting you, and you want the Falinks from Rebel Clash really being your main attacker. Because for 2 colorless energy, twin energy, you do 30 damage for each of your bench Pokemon with Falinks in its name. And then, of course, that should be kind of a given that what we're doing here is just hitting for 150 while tanking, and life is kind of cool. I'm a fan of this, quite frankly, ladies and gentlemen. This seems pretty cool. Obviously, the fact that we've got a shiny Falinks V, we don't have confirmation here, but I feel extremely confident that we will end up getting ourselves a shiny Falinks non-V as well. Now, my personal favourite of the ones we've been shown today is a Cinccino. I love Cinccino. I adore Cinccino. I am currently playing Cinccino in my Excadrill deck, as followers of this channel will know. And frankly, I expect to be playing it in a bunch of other decks. It is one of my favourite cards in the game. Now, I do love the regular artwork of Cinccino, to be fair. But I'll tell you what, giving me a shiny version, I'm in, ladies and gentlemen. I am all the way in. It's got the amazing ability, Make Do, that lets you discard a card from your hand and draw 2 cards. And for 1 colorless energy, it does 40 damage and attaches an energy from your discard pile to one of your bench Pokemon. And it's mostly played for the ability, but don't sleep on the attack. I won a game in the Omnipoke League last night when a Cinccino came in and took out a Zacian V when my opponent did not have enough energy on the field. I was out of Excadrill, but Cinccino came in, took a key KO, and bought me the turn I needed to win with Excadrill. Cinccino FTW. I am without doubt going to be running around trying to get one of these Cinccino, and the honest answer is I may well end up getting a playset, because this is one of the most beautiful, it's one of my favourite cards, and it's a beautiful full art version of it, and it is my favourite of the shiny versions we've seen so far, but that doesn't really count, because I'm clearly biased towards Cinccino, and I'll be honest with you, I don't really care. I love him. Now, there are a couple of others that are coming which are, shall we say, not quite as exciting. Pokemon that don't see quite as much play, but what am I going to do? Not show you all the new shiny Pokemon? That does not sound like me, ladies and gentlemen. That does not sound like me. So we're getting ourselves a Pincurchin. Now, I like this Pincurchin, and I've tried to make Pincurchin work, but the sad reality is this Pincurchin isn't quite good enough. For 2 energy, you flip 4 coins, you do 30 damage for each heads, but if at least 2 of them are heads, paralysis. And now I didn't do the maths on this, but a lovely David Hockman did. You can use Glimwood Tangle here, and it gives you like a 90% chance of paralysis, and it seems so cool. But the sad fact is, maybe it doesn't do enough damage, maybe the HP is too low, maybe we've got too many switching options at the moment. This Pincurchin has not seen a lot of play and not seen a lot of love. Similarly, there is a shiny Morpeko coming, and my analysis of this Morpeko is kind of similar to my analysis of Pincurchin. Though to be clear, I like Pincurchin a lot more than I like Morpeko. For 1 colorless energy, you do 20 damage and you turn off one of your opponent's attacks next turn. Or for 2 energy, you do 50 to the active and 20 to one of your opponent's bench Pokemon. It's not a terrible card. There are absolutely reasons to use this and situations where this could end up being useful, but the reality is this came out in Rebel Clash, and it hasn't really seen any play since. which probably tells you what you need to know about this Morpeko, unfortunately. And then finally, there is a Greedent. Now, this is a pretty cool Greedent, but again, it's one with a lot of potential that just hasn't seen play. Also come out in Rebel Clash, just like the Falinks and the Pincurchin, for what it's worth. And the Greedent here's got the ability Greedy Tail. Basically lets you search for a Pokemon tool once during your turn and put it into your hand. In decks that are reliant on Pokemon tools, this is cool, but it strikes me as a kind of ability that would see a fair bit of play on a basic Pokemon and almost no play on a Stage 1, and given that it is seeing almost no play, that kind of backs it up a little bit. I'm not saying it's a bad card. I am purely saying I've not seen anyone really play this, and it's a card that's been out for a while. You have been warned. So there we go, ladies and gentlemen. Those are all the new shiny cards. I did show you some lovely full art cards recently. And I mean, that was earlier today, in fact. So do go and check that video out to see some lovely new full arts. And hopefully in the next day or two, we will have the full list of all of the new shiny Pokemon. And that will be rather lovely indeed. But for now, I want to know what you think about all of these shiny Pokemon and which ones you are looking forward to trying to pull. So let me know in the comment section, would ya? Go nuts, be nice. And then make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, follow me on Twitter at TheWatty, and Twitch for some live action at twitch.tv/PTCG Radio. If you want to support the channel, get some bonus podcasts and all that good stuff, head on over to patreon.com/PTCG Radio, where you can do exactly that. But by far the most important thing, as always, look after yourselves till next time, would ya? Thank you very much for watching. My name's Ross, and you've been watching PTCG Radio.